hi there, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cardwell's Cauldrons here at Geektopia Island. I'm Cardwell.
And I'm Kevin.
And today, we are doing a very, very cheap, fun, almost limited style deck here for the week. It's white-black, and it's very aggro, for sure. But before we get into it, go and remind you that we do have a Patreon. It only takes $1 to support us, and we love you very much for it. And the link will be down below. The deck is called Starbound, and it's just a Orzhov aggro deck. I don't think anything higher than one thing higher than 3 casting costs, and we're just trying to get there. It's a bunch of limited all-stars and seeing if we can get.
And a whole bunch of star dudes, like Constellation dudes and just neat things.
Exactly. And the first one is Alseid of Life's Bounty. The 1-drop 1/1 lifelink. Pay 1, sacrifice, target creature or enchantment you control gains protection of the color of your choice until end of turn. I remember back in the day, old school, like creatures like this were insanely strong. For you to swing in for the last bit of damage or protect your dudes.
Because it's a dude that can always give a threat, and then it's always utility at the same time. So you just got to do it. It's awesome. Things like that are utility are always great.
Oh yeah.
Next up is the Hateful Eidolon. It is 1 black for a 1/2 enchantment creature spirit. It is lifelink. Whenever an enchanted creature dies, draw a card for each aura you controlled that was attached to it.
Yep.
Oh, when an enchanted creature dies. I read that wrong.
And that means your opponents as well. And that's why we have enchantment kill.
Oh, neat.
So you kill your dude and you draw a card, and then it's like, oh, thanks. Thanks for the cantrip. And next one is Pious Wayfarer. 1-drop 1/2. It has Constellation though. Whenever enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. This counts creatures and also auras. So there you go.
Yeah, helps out.
If you do this like turn 1, turn 2, this guy, and then just start. If you have 2 of these on the field and start just plowing enchantments, it's the end of the race.
It stacks up real quick.
Oh yeah.
Next up is Aphemia, the Cacophony. She is a black and 1 for a 2/1 flying. At the beginning of your end step, if you may exile an enchantment card from your graveyard. If you do, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token.
Yep.
So she just helps you feel your deck more because you get to reuse those enchantment dudes that just died, or the enchantments that you have.
Yeah.
Anything like that, you just like, cool, reuse it, get a 2/2 dude. So you just get to keep attacking after your dudes are dead.
Yep.
Awesome.
And it's a 2/1 flyer too, so it gets there.
Yeah.
Next one is Starfield Mystic. He's returning, sure. It's a 1 and a 1 white. Enchantment spells you control cost 1 less to cast, so all your slightly bigger dudes are a little bit less. But when an enchantment you control is put in the graveyard from the field, it gets a 1/1 counter on it. So it just gets bigger for every dude that dies, pretty much.
Yeah. Again, just Constellation dudes, your enchantment dudes, he gets bigger.
Yep.
And next is Archon of Sun's Grace. It is 2 white and 2 for a 3/4 Archon. He's got flying and lifelink. Pegasus creatures you control have lifelink. And then Constellation trigger when an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control. Create a 2/2 white Pegasus with flying. So all of your enchantments make dudes.
Yep.
And he makes all your dudes better. So awesome. We're going to keep just filling the board with dudes.
Yeah, you play dudes, you get an extra dude. And that's the big bomb of the deck. And I don't know, it seems really fun and it seems really worth it for sure.
I like it.
The enchantments, of course, is Sentinel's Eyes, the first one, because it's a limited all-star. It's a 1-drop enchant creature. It gets 1/+1/+1 in vigilance, and then you can escape for 1 white and exile 2 cards, and it comes back. So it re-triggers Constellation or the Pious Wayfarer, and you just keeps swinging in there.
Yeah, and a pump spell that you can always get back seems pretty good. I mean, it's not like a crazy pump spell, +1/+1, but it's still a pump spell.
Yeah.
Next is All That Glitters. This is a white and 1 for an enchantment aura. An enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact and or enchantment you control. So this just is what makes your deck run. You're just like, this dude's real big and angry. This flying dude, he's mad at you.
He's huge.
And he just gets a lot of pluses for all the enchantments you have.
The first kill one is Meyers Grass. 1 in a black. Enchant creature and enchant creature gets -3/-3. Of course, it makes all the bigger dudes smaller, and then of course kills all the little dudes. And hopefully you can draw a card off Hateful Eidolon with it.
Yeah, and then once it's in the graveyard, you can use it for the other girl to make a new harpy, and you just get to keep reusing it. So you kill a dude, draw a card, make a dude.
Exactly.
I don't know where we're going wrong with that. Next is Inevitable End. It is a black and 2 for an enchantment aura. Enchanted creature has at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature.
Yep.
So yes, they could sacrifice the creature this is attached to, but that's why you attach it on something useful, like a big 6/6 or whatever. Then they get rid of it. Or it just gives them attacks that they have to keep doing.
Exactly. this also triggers off of Eidolon because the creature has to die, and if it dies, then you get to draw a card. And like you said, just put on one of their big utility creatures or just anything like that, and then they might sacrifice the other stuff instead, which is fine by you. Like, who cares?
Yeah, you're still killing a dude one way or another.
Yeah. And the spells, Commentators Blessing is the first one here. It's 1 white. Instant, target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If it's an enchanted creature or enchantment creature, it also gains hexproof and indestructible. So board wipes, your one big dude can survive.
Hey, it's a Cardwell card.
Yay!
Hey!
It is my Cardwell card.
We're all about hexproof. Well, he's all about hexproof.
Hexproof and indestructible for 1 white, so thank you.
Yeah, I know, right? And next is Mortify, because you need the creature kill. It's a black and white and 1 for an instant, destroy target creature or enchantment.
Yeah.
Right now it's running rampant just because enchantments are everywhere. So this allows you to get either the big creature that you don't want in play or the enchantment.
Yep.
Awesome.
Super good. And that'll bring us to the lands. Of course, we have the castles for each, the Ardenvale, and then also the Locthwain one. So the black and white one. The white one, of course, just makes dudes, and the black one draws you cards because your hand's going to be pretty empty real quick. And then we have the Godless Shrine and the Temple of Silence, because I don't really want to use temples, and I might think about not doing it when I play it with Arena, just to see how fast it is, because it's mostly white and some black, but we'll see if we get there. And of course, Plains and Swamps. This is about that. Now, with so many sets out right now, there's a lot of cards back there, and I'm even thinking of some that I could probably put in our honorable mentions, but right now we have about 4. And of course, honorable mentions, we don't have sideboards because we don't know your local meta. Plus I haven't seen much coverage of standard lately, like in the big products. Just Pioneer's been showing up everywhere. So yeah. I personally don't know what's out there besides just Oven and then blue-green ramp. Yeah. Pretty much. But of course, the first one is for the aggro decks. It's Deadweight. 1 black gets -2/-2. Simple as that.
Yeah, it's an enchantment, so you get to use it again and again and draw cards and all the shenanigans.
Yep.
Next is the Dawn Evangel. He is a white and 2 for a 2/3. Whenever a creature dies, if an aura you controlled was attached to it, return target creature card to career mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. So if it's an enchanted creature that dies, you get a dude back. So it kind of helps replace that dude that died. It may not be as good as the dude that died, because that dude could be like a 3 or greater, but it is what it is. You still get a free dude.
Yeah. And this also helps on the triggers off the opponent's creatures as well. So if you kill one of their dudes, you can get a dude back from the graveyard, put it in your hand. Because it says whenever a creature dies.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah. The next one is Elspeth's Nightmare. It's a 2 and a black. Of course, that has the sagas, so destroy target creature the opponent controls power 2 or less, which is good for aggro. But the second one's good for the control decks. So target opponent reveals their hand, you choose a non-land creature or non-land card from it, the player discards it, and then Chapter 3, exile target opponent's graveyard. Just enough to get there, probably great for Oven, so you can kill their smaller dudes and then exile their cat, hopefully.
Yeah. And then finally we have Leyline of the Void, which pretty much just wrecks anything about graveyards. So Uro and all the escape cards, they can get out of our lives forever. But Leyline of the Void is 2 black and 2 for an enchantment. If it's in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the field. And then if a card would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. So it does not hurt you, it only hurts your opponent.
Yep, exactly.
And that's really what you want, because they're witches, and the Witch's Oven, that deck kind of gets shut down because you can't just bring back the cat. Any of the escape dudes, they're all gone.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you don't get them, and it's a free enchantment, so it's free though everything.
And I know most people are bringing like Tameo in with blue-green to be able to get stuff back, and then of course the Cavalier, the green one that gets stuff in the graveyard too. You just get rid of all of it for sure.
I like Leyline of the Void. It's a real good card.
Yeah, I don't know why I haven't seen it much. Just almost in main boards too, depending on the place. And last but not least, we decided to go ahead and add another one that I just remembered. An amazing thing against Dream Trawler, actually. It's a Consecrate Consume. The first one is a Orzhov in 1 instant. Exile target card from the graveyard, draw a card. So this can actually get Cat if need be, or any of the escape ones as well. Because it's a trigger, so they cast it and then you're just like, well, get it. And then Consume, 2 white and black sorcery. Target player sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among them, and you gain that much life equal to the power. So therefore, you don't need a target, and most of the time they only have Dream Trawler on the field, and you're just like, Sack it. Thank you. Bye.
Or yeah.
And then you gain 3 life. It's a sorcery, sadly, but it still just makes up for the fact that you cannot kill that bastard.
Yeah.
And every time I play it on Arena, people just scoop immediately.
Yeah, Dream Troll is pretty rough to deal with.
It's insanely rough, for sure. But with that, hopefully you like this limited all-star deck for Standard. It's quick, it's dirty, and hopefully you can get there. And with that, hopefully you enjoyed your stay here at Geektopia Island. You have a good day.
Later.
Bye.
Also, guys, just remind y'all to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and if you want to keep up to date on all our future content, make sure you click that bell. It'll give you all the notifications you need.
With that, we'd like to go ahead and give a big thank you to all our fans that support us through the year, and especially our Patreon support people. We do like to give a shout out to our Mythic and Above supporters, and that would be Dwayne Higgs. Thank you very much. We love you.